So I've set up a little dial gauge on my intermediate shaft here, and I noticed there was a very faint knocking sound at idle, and I'm pretty certain it's because of the amount of lash between the aluminium IMS gear. And as you can see here, it's about 0.09 or 0.095 millimeters. Now the spec for this is between 0.017 millimeters and up to 0.049
So you can see that there's
millimeters.
about
So I'm clearly
0.095
well over double the amount of lash. So I'm going to buy
which is
myself a
about
new
twice
aluminium
the
gear
level it's meant to be.
and see whether I can get the lash within spec. So I've bought the new gear, and I've also had two sprockets replaced on the intermediate shaft. So the intermediate shaft is also used to, well, it's driven by the crankshaft. There's a steel gear on the crankshaft, and it drives the aluminium gear. So the IMS shaft also drives the oil pump off this end here, and then the two sprockets on either side of the IMS gear actually drive the timing chains which run each camshaft in the left and right banks. So they've been replaced as well to try and eradicate any potential sources of noise because they were quite worn. But the amount of lash that I'm getting now with the new gear is a lot less than it was before. But let me just show you where it's driven by the steel gear on the crankshaft. I'll just pull the camera off so you can have a look. So you can see the steel gear on the crankshaft, and because it's steel and the IMS gear is aluminium, you'll find that the aluminium gear is a wear item, and it does wear over time and can cause a bit of slop or make a bit of a noise. Depending on which case you've got, you'll find that there are different size gears, and you can mix and match, but it as long as they're within spec, you'll be fine. With this gear now, the gears that I've been able to buy, it's meant to be a lash of between 0.029 millimeters and up to 0.049. So I'm just going to show you the amount of lash, and I'll just zoom in on the dial gauge so you can see how much lash I've got now. So between bumped the camera, and just under 0.03. So it looks like I'm well on that 0.029 spec. So I'm right on the lower end of the tolerance with that particular gear, and I'm well under the 0.049 mil. So hopefully this will eradicate the noise. It's one of those things that a lot of people overlook when assembling these motors, and we're learning as we keep going.